is Mount Tabor Park, just a little bit up the hill from the Crater Amphitheater. That bush is actually hollow right there. You can't really see it except in real life here, but inside of that would be a good place to hide. Plus, because it's right by this curve, this bend, so someone running around wouldn't even see. We will explore those trails in a bit. Let's walk through the amphitheater and the playground. Playground we're probably not going to be involved in, but we will be involved. Actually, let's go over here with this overlook, because many of the trails pass below it, which offers good cover for you should you decide to trail someone or guard your base up here. You can see many of the trails leading down to the lower path. Not too far away, just far enough to offer some good engaging distance and experiences, and also to give you enough cover, also enough cover behind them so that they can retreat. Numerous pathways also up the embankment, and then we have some large foliage here which will provide cover and protection. Also here we have a potential for a small base or a small holding that someone could get behind the bushes, perhaps with an inflatable mattress. Unfortunately, it is across the lane of traffic, but that can be dealt with. Again, another nice area that breaks up the previous long pathways, the escort lines. It also bends around this curve and this protection, which is a nice spot to offer a holding stance as well. You can prevent people from coming down the pathways and force them to take the alternate route. So it's not defensible in the long term, but it is a good temporary spot to deflect your enemy's line of attack. I do like the hillocks and the bumps over there, the moguls, which offer a little bit of hiding ground, and the bushes over there as well. This area is a little too big for skirmishing, but it can have its own uses. Perhaps if you were to interrupt the sight lines here with a couple inflatable mattresses or barriers. Now, I'm thinking of putting a mattress right there between the trash can and the tree, which will prevent the amphitheater folks from seeing anyone coming up the path here. In addition to which, this also has lots of hillocks, skirmishing abilities, pathways down there. Again, that is a nice area to have a little base and a little holding area. Unfortunately, anybody who's attacking it wouldn't be very exposed from this end. Again, from this angle, lots of visual exposure with the exception of the escort with the pathway up the street there. I think a night game here would be exceptionally fun because of the alternating areas of open, bumpy land here, combined with the darkness that you're operating in, that you're playing in, and also the fact that you have the trees and all the underbrush nearby to offer you even more area to hide in. As you can see, just some open picnic areas here. Lines of approach to get to the amphitheater are very interrupted, unfortunately. And by interrupted, I mean that they're quite clear. This might be a smaller playing field, with the edge of the map being right here, seen as you start to actually get some obstacles right about here. And I think that this area right here is going to offer some excellent gameplay due to the tunneling and the obstacle right beyond it. The obstacle is a little bit too immediate for the tunneling to really capture the imagination and make it too fun, but you can quickly approach it. Someone's over there. We're not going to visit that spot again. We've got stairwells, potential bases. An open area which wraps around. Another part I like about this approach is that it is on a hill, allowing you to crawl to the top of it and sort of scan the area, see if there is anyone trying to cross the parking lot. Over there we're going to have the amphitheater that we'll see in a bit. This area is unfortunately very open. While I do like the tunneling that occurs right here with this pathway and the hillside that it approaches, I don't think you have enough area to effectively disappear and retreat into, because once you get to this edge, your hillside that you're on is going to be very, very vulnerable to attack. It's a nice little building. However, the different levels that occur over here, where the tunnels come out to, more than make up for that. And unfortunately, if you go up by that tunnel route, you're also very vulnerable to being cornered. There are no obstacles. Perhaps a large air mattress right there would provide some cover. This doesn't quite offer enough protection, but is very visually interesting. And if you're low enough and quiet enough, you can sneak up on them. However, the gravel is going to give you away. Again, open hillside, providing a very weak backup defense for you should you be cornered and pushed back. Go down and visit the amphitheater, even though it's pretty basic. One notable exception is the sightlines up here. If you're fast enough, you can make it to that protective concrete handrail that leads up there, stoneway. Instead of just going up this plain amphitheater path, I'm going to take you back this way. This area is a bit more interesting. I have not explored the hillside. I imagine that it's not terribly difficult to approach, or rather to get to the top of. Might be quite defensive, actually, because I see a lot of just underbrush, not a lot of protected, shielded tunnels up to the top, and a very clear path right here. So, meanwhile, a very sharp drop off there. You would not want to climb this hillside in the dark. I'm going to pause because it appears that this pathway simply continues on around the top of the crater there. I'll start it back up when there's a variation in landscape that's notable. We'll explore this hillside later.